Folks, we're going to do ribs for this first cook on the little mini. This is a slab of spares. I just prepped my baby backs, but I didn't turn the camera on, sorry. The only thing I do to prep baby backs is just to peel the membrane off. I'll show you what that looks like on these when we get into it. So right now, I'm just going to trim off that little flap of meat right there. Not a big deal. You don't have to trim this off. You can leave it on if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything. I mean, honestly. We're going to trim these spares into St. Louis style spares. Okay? Normally, if I were cooking on my backwoods, I just leave them the way they are. There's not a lot of room on this little smoker. This is my way of cutting or trimming a St. Louis style spare rib. You see these bones? I don't know if you can see these bones poking through right up here or not, but they kind of line up with your fingers. I look for the tallest one, which is right about there, and I just drive it in. And I try to follow the contour of those bones all the way out the end of the slab. Okay? And you can feel them kind of as they go on down. You just follow that contour. There's other people that have different ways of trimming ribs. But for my way of thinking, that way works pretty well. To trim the membrane, or to peel the membrane off rather, I just grab a hold. There we go. Usually with a paper towel, it takes a little tenacity, but you can get it. There's that membrane coming off. And get the other half of it. That's called rib tips. Don't throw that away. That's really good. Okay, the ribs are all in the pan. They're all ready to go. I'm just going to hit them with some rub. Some people use a mustard slather. We've talked about that on another video. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. No big deal. There's no rules. Remember, this is for you. So you make these the way you want them. And you enjoy them the way you want to enjoy them. I think that's part of what makes being a barbecue cook so much fun, because there's so few rules. Folks, there they are. That's all the prep they're going to get. Let's take them out to the smoker. Today we're going to use a method called the minion method to start charcoal. Clear a little hole out of here. You don't have to be this meticulous, but this is my first cook on this little guy. You'll notice I've got some smoking wood kind of all over. I like them. Okay. It burns really, really hot here, obviously, but as these coals touch the other coals, they light and they ignite and they travel across. So you can make you can take charcoal and you can actually make it burn for quite some time using this method. It's rumored with these little smokers that a 12 to 14 hour cook is not unusual. It is now 3:38. These are going to cook for probably 4 hours. We'll get the temperature up to about 230, 235, and we'll just cook the thunder out of these ribs, and then we'll go in and we eat them. It is now 7:46 p.m. and my beautiful wife and I are getting ready to eat some ribs. I want to tell you, this little smoker has absolutely towed the line the entire cook. It's held its temperature really, really well, never really fluctuating a whole lot. I held it at about between 230 and 250, you know, for an aluminum pot, you know, inside a single-walled grill, you know, with no insulation. That's pretty good. And that's the charcoal that's left. Let's smother that. Okay, so my impressions of the Mini WSM are, this is a serious smoker. Folks, this is absolutely the way to go. Okay, the only thing missing from these ribs is Two Vets BBQ's apple chipotle glaze. Folks, if you haven't had this on ribs, you're missing something in your life. What glaze does to the ribs. And this is the baby back. Folks, the little Mini WSM did a respectable job on these ribs. Subscribe to the channel. Contact me. Build one of these smokers. You guys got to try this thing. This is great. It's a great value. I believe the claims are for real. I think we could do it. I think we could do probably a 12 or a 14-hour burn without any trouble at all. So come on, take a look at the channel. Check out the blog. There'll be more information on these things on the blog. And I'll see you soon.